Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a brand new episode of my weekly playlist series. Can't believe we made it to another Friday again, which means it's time for me to let you guys know about the games I've been playing during the week. I'll share my opinions, my thoughts on the games, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. You guys do know I want to hear your opinions and thoughts on the games I'm sharing with you today. If you guys have any suggestions on games you think I should check out, let me know. I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I also want to hear about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me great ideas of new games to check out and play. So I've got two games to share with you guys this week that I've been playing, one for PlayStation 2 and one for Xbox One. So we'll start off with the one for PlayStation 2, and that is Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, which been really big into the Warhammer 40,000 universe for the last 8 months. It's almost been a year now that I've been really getting into it. My buddy Dean has also been getting into the series, and this is one that I wanted to go back and revisit. So in the 41st millennium, there is only war. So I'll read you guys a little bit about the game in the back here. So Warhammer 40,000 Fire Warrior follows one day in the tumultuous life of Kais, a young Tau warrior who must battle alone against a force that shows no mercy, the Imperium of Man. Kais will soon learn there is a darker foe at hand and becomes entangled in a terrifying story that leads him through an ongoing war. So really cool first-person shooter game that I definitely have enjoyed playing through. We'll insert a clip here and we go into more detail about why I like this game and why I think you guys should check it out.
Segmentum Solar, the cradle of mankind. Here is Terra, known to antiquity as Earth, the heart of the Imperium of Man. An empire of 1,000,000 worlds, the Imperium stretches across the galaxy. Besieged by aliens and monsters, attacked from within by heretics and rebels, for 10,000 years it has endured, protected by fleets of warships and legions of genetically engineered warriors. It is the 41st millennium, and there is only war. Contact with the latest threat to the Imperium was made here, a star cluster in a distant spiral arm. The race is young, vigorous, and technologically advanced. They call themselves the Tau.
Alright friends, welcome to Warhammer 40,000 Fire Warrior. Now this is an excellent first-person shooter on the PlayStation 2. It also received a PC port, but it was not in any other consoles. I've actually owned this game for a very long time. I had this back in the day when it actually first had come out, and my brother and I were big fans of the game, but we actually didn't really realize that it was actually part of the Warhammer 40,000 universe or anything really about the whole Warhammer series at the time. We just liked it because it was a fun first-person shooter, and I actually thought that the character you play as, just Kai, is a Tau. I actually thought they were robots, and it wasn't until much later, that I discovered that they were actually an alien race, and only within the last year and a half have I really been getting into the Warhammer series, big time, really getting into it, and doing research and stuff, and really have fallen in love with the series, and it made me want to go back and play this old first-person shooter on PlayStation 2, as I remember I had fond memories of it. And it's a really good game, highly recommended if you're a fan of the Warhammer 40,000 series to play it. Now I know the PC version got a lot of hate, but there was quite a few people who did enjoy the PlayStation 2 version, which I have here. I am playing it on my 1080p TV, and I do have component cables, which definitely make the game look really good. The game does have a multiplayer mode where you can battle each other in like arena combat and stuff, which you can play through the PlayStation Network, or you can play local 4-player if you have a multi-tap. So they do have the multiplayer mode still, but I'm playing it for the single-player story, which I do like because this game does have a very decent-sized campaign at 21 missions, including a training mission that you can play at the beginning to get you familiar with the controls and everything. But it's a really good game that I really am enjoying, and I'm currently on... I think I'm on the... There was a training level first, second. Yeah, I'm currently on the 3rd level, and every level you play it does have secrets to discover, which is why I do recommend getting the strategy guide, which I do own the strategy guide for this game. But when I like to play these games, I like to actually play them without using the strategy guide at first, just to play through and enjoy the story.
It may be possible to gain access to the prison tunnel through one of the vents bringing this crater. We will supply you with explosive charges.
So in this mission, I'm going to try to gain access into a prison complex.
The diversionary attack will begin in 30 seconds. You must gain access to the prison and the cells in the tunnels beneath, for the greater good.
So that's what my character looks similar to, like him with the yellow armor and stuff on, except I have a helmet on. But as you guys can see, the graphics look pretty damn good for a PlayStation 2 game. And it's a really fun first-person shooter. And of course, this is all kinds of the different weaponry from the Warhammer 40,000 universe, which is cool. We even have a melee sword weapon that I can actually pull out and use. So that's pretty sweet. A huge variety of weapons to choose from, too, of different Warhammer weapons, which you have your Tau weapons, but you can also take the human enemies that we're fighting. Like I have this cool machine gun. So this game does have a similar health system that the original Halo did, where you have a shield, and that's going to be that little half-moon indicator up there where my gun is. That's my shield, and the bottom bar is my health, which your health will not regenerate on its own, so you have to find health packs like this little green one here. They also have other ones that heal you more. But your shields will heal over time if you get out of the way of getting damage from enemies, just like it is in Halo. So really cool. Does control really well. Like, you know, the controls are pretty responsive, and definitely a really good first-person shooter. So we can get to some combat here. My buddy's helping me. So we are fighting humans. So it's really cool, though. Playing a Warhammer game where you're not just playing as a Space Marine or a human, where I did play Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine on Xbox 360, and that was really sweet playing as a Space Marine, but it's neat that they actually had released a Warhammer game where you get to play as somebody other than a human. There are turrets too in the game, which is really sweet. And then there are grenades and stuff that you can use as well. And you have to watch out because the enemy will use grenades as well.
You cannot enter here. However, located another way in. Try this now.
You can jump in the game, and you also can crouch, which you do need to get used to the controls a little bit, because you are using a PlayStation 2 controller. But
trust me, it does control really well. So there's a wide variety of enemies that you will fight, and of course, as you play through the story, you will discover new enemies and new enemy types. So really cool. And I do like the voice actors they picked for the various characters that you interact with in the game, as I feel they really do fit the characters really well. And what's cool is there are some like captain type enemies, like officers for the humans. And they actually carry those chainsaw swords. If you played Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, you did have a chainsaw weapon. Well, they actually have that and it has the same sound and everything. So, so it's really cool coming back and seeing that weapon in use here in this old PS2 game. Which, man, I really wish they would have released more first-person shooters for set in the Warhammer universe, because Warhammer is just perfect for first-person shooters. But you guys can see, so I can also switch weapons. So like I can pick up their weapons to use if I run out of my own ammo.
You must destroy this. Good work. Get inside. We will monitor your progress into the tunnel complex.
And then sometimes it does pay to explore the level, because you can find secret objectives and stuff. So if you pause here, you can see the different objectives that you will have in the mission. And if you ever forget what somebody said to you, you can go to your radio message and go back and see what they were talking about. So I do like having that. And the game does feature checkpoints like you do in other first-person shooters, so it'll tell you when you reach a checkpoint, so that if you die, you can reload at that checkpoint, not have to play the whole entire mission over. The game does have 3 difficulties. You can play it on easy, normal, or hard, and I'm currently just playing it on normal, as I usually play mine on normal.
Identified a point at which one of the prison air vents intersects with your cave. We will download a location marker shortly. You will have to use an explosive charge to gain access. This is the place. You must destroy this.
I do love the death scream of the human when you kill them. So these are just ordinary, regular humans, so these are not like space marines or anything. So...
Warning. Surveillance equipment has been detected in this area. Proceed with caution.
But I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of the gameplay and the graphics and everything. As you can see, they do look amazing. I like the music, the ambience of the game. I just love the lore of Warhammer 40,000. And they really did pick good voice actors for this game. So definitely, if you guys have a PlayStation 2 and you're a fan of Warhammer 40,000, like I am, definitely pick up a copy of Warhammer 40,000 Firewar. It's a fairly cheap title. You can get it for like, I've seen it as cheap as like $6 to $7 here locally, and as high as about $20. And online, you know, goes for, you know, between like 10 to $20. But it's definitely a title worth picking up, especially if you love first-person shooters and you love the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Trust me, you will definitely enjoy this game, and I'm looking forward to beating this game within the next 2 weeks here, as I do plan to play it this week and then continue playing it into next week. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed this look here at Warhammer 40,000 Firewar.
Alright guys, I hope you guys look at Warhammer 40,000 Firewar, a wonderful first-person shooter game that I really enjoyed, and I definitely think you guys should check it out. We're going to move on to the other game that I played, was Beyond a Steel Sky, and this is the Steelbook edition. It's really cool. So this is a sequel to Beneath Steel Sky, a cult classic from the 90s. So unravel a dark conspiracy in this epic cyber thriller. You are Robert Foster. A child has been abducted in a brutal attack, and you have vowed to bring him home. The trail has led you to Union City, one of the last remaining megacities in a world ravaged by shattering wars and political meltdown. And it's from Charles Cecil, the creator of Broken Sword series, with art direction by Dave Gibbons. The legendary comic book artist behind Watchmen comes Beyond a Steel Sky. And that's the sequel to Beneath a Steel Sky from the 90s. So very cool game. It is a cyber thriller game, and it's really interesting. And we're going to insert a clip here and go into a little bit more detail about the game and why I'm enjoying it so far and why I think you guys should check it out. Alright guys, we're taking a look here at Beyond a Steel Sky. This is a really cool dark cyberpunk thriller story. So you play as Robert Foster. So a child's been abducted in a brutal attack, and you vowed to bring him home, and the trails led you back to Union City, one of the last remaining megacities in a world ravaged by shattering wars and political meltdown. And what's really cool is this game is actually a sequel to a cult classic game called Beneath a Steel Sky from the early 90s. So really cool game. Now, I'm really early in this game. I've only been playing for about a half hour, so I'm at the very beginning. But it's definitely a game that I'm really enjoying, and I'm glad that I picked up, as I got it pretty cheap. It was like $22, and I got it from Gamefly, which I did save a lot of money because I was able to get the Steelbook edition, which locally the Steelbook edition goes for $65 here, and a regular copy, the non-Steelbook edition, goes for $50. So I was really happy to get it for a good price. It's got really good visuals, as you guys can see. It's got kind of like a cel-shaded graphics, but there are some, you know, a little bit updated to that, which is really cool. The cutscenes are also in comic book style. So the beginning of the game does go over the history of what happened to your character, and it gives you a little update and does a recap of the first game for you to get you up to speed in the game. So very cool. And you get to go around in third person and explore this world, and you're able to interact with different characters. You have puzzles and stuff you have to solve, and so like you gotta figure out example like
I reminded myself of the collective noun, a murder of gangs.
like just an example here, I gotta find something that I can use to distract these birds so I can get in there.
The gangs clearly weren't scared of me or my crowbar.
So I gotta figure out that puzzle of how to get into that truck. And you will run into various characters as well that you're able to talk to and interact with. And everybody is voice acted, which they did pick pretty good voice actors. So really cool. I do like the art stile of this game.
find somebody to interact with. Like, I've already talked to this guy, but we could talk to him again. Wendell.
How's it going, Wendell?
Can't complain. Not like anybody'd listen if I did.
That's the spirit.
What's on your mind?
And what's cool is you have different topics that you're able to talk to him about. And depending on how the people are acting towards you, you know, they might answer things truthfully. Sometimes they might lie to you. And, you know, some subjects might irritate people when you're talking to them about stuff.
So all you need to get into the city is a charged power cell?
Lansnit's alive, yes. A power cell. Do you want me to write it down?
No, I got it. How do I open the back of the truck again?
1, big bumper wallop. 2, little jig. 3, pull hard.
Wallop, jig, pull. Got it.
See, because I asked him again, it irritated him. So it's just really cool having different dialogue choices.
Aye.
And so there's all kinds of different characters and stuff you will interact with, as well as different story elements and objects that you can interact with. Like, there's even a little robot here.
Excuse me.
Greetings, registered Gaplander.
Say that again, would you?
Registered Gaplander.
Thanks. Wasn't so hard, was it? What do you do to see you?
Community Welfare Droid 2CU at your service. I supervise this area and guide prospective citizens through the registration process.
Well, you're clearly excellent at your job.
Why, thank you. I'm the latest model, you know.
I need to find a vehicle.
There are no personal vehicles in Union City.
No, it's one that I followed here from across the desert. It's got 4 giant metal legs.
There are no such vehicles registered with Union City.
Oh yeah? It definitely came this way. Kidnapped a child from my village.
Only Union City citizens can file missing persons reports.
Bye for now.
Was great meeting you.
So, like I said,
How can
everybody's
I help?
voiced, and they do have pretty good voice actors, and you got to solve this story, and it's really cool having the cutscenes in comic book style. So, like I said, I'm very early in the game, and you guys know I don't like to ruin story, so I don't want to go into too much more detail interacting with characters, as I want you guys to be able to experience this game for yourself. But it's one that I'm really enjoying, and it's one I think you guys should definitely give a chance. It's on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, and I also believe it's on the PC as well. And I think it might even be on the Nintendo Switch, but I can't remember. But definitely a game you guys should check out is Beyond a Steel Sky. Hope you guys enjoyed this look here at Beyond a Steel Sky.
Alright, I hope you guys like that look at Beyond a Steel Sky. I'm still so very early in the game, but it's one that I really have been enjoying, and definitely think you guys should check it out for the Xbox One. It's also on PlayStation 4, you can play it on the Series consoles, and you can play it on PlayStation 5, and I also believe it's on PC as well. As always, we'll do our quick little recap we do each week. You know, we talked about Warhammer 40,000 Firewarrior, a wonderful game for the PlayStation 2, one that I highly recommend you guys check out. Awesome game. It's sad that we don't have any other first-person shooters set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe like Firewarrior, but it's definitely a game that's worth checking out. It's also on PC, but a lot of people had problems on the PC version, so I would recommend getting the PS2 version, as it is fairly cheap. You can get it for like under 20 bucks online. And then also we talked about Beyond a Steel Sky for Xbox One, a wonderful cyber thriller that is really awesome, and it has cutscenes in comic book style, and it also has comic book style subtitles, and just a really good game. Has really good voice acting, and it's one I definitely think you guys should check out. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on these games, whether you played them or not. course, let me know about the games you guys are playing, and if you have any suggestions on a game you think I should check out, let me know, as you guys always do suggest really fun games. I want to thank you for watching. Take care. You guys have a great day, and Sleepy will see you next time.